Ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little.
Do ASMR.
I will. Break the floor, break the floor, break the floor. Like,
okay, let's talk about the time where you went on stage with your AirPod.
oh my god. So
That's so cool.
I'm going to Miami for a weekend.
Oh my god, I forgot they do that.
Yeah.
This is
that
like
was so
probably
fun.
my new favorite episode.
This is like therapeutic, guys. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to episode 15 of Stop Talking Kenz. I have my literal amazing guest. I'm like so excited. Emma Donnelly. Wow.
hey everyone.
I'm
What's
like
up?
so excited. I've literally been waiting for her to come on. Like,
I've been waiting for you to ask me.
Okay, actually I have a funny story. When I was starting this podcast, like my mom and I made a note stock of like an original like 8 people that we wanted, and my mom put yes. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god, I'm so honored.
No, I'm
Thank
not
you.
even kidding. And I was like, Mom, how do you think we're gonna get Emma to come
Stop,
on here?
my life is complete.
I'm like literally not kidding. It was like 8 people. It was like Molly, Emma, like
my
that
God.
was literally it.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
That's so funny.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
let's just start by let's start at the beginning.
Okay,
How did
always.
you get into dance, and how has that led you to where you are now?
Okay, well, deep question. But I mean, honestly, I have 3 sisters, and so my mom just put my older sister in dance like at our local studio. I think that's how like most people started.
Yeah.
And I was doing all the sports like, you know, soccer, horseback riding, gymnastics, whatever.
You would be a horseback rider.
And then I think I really like something that just clicked for me in terms of dance was the performing aspect, because
Yeah.
like I loved sports. Like I was I was an athletic child, but like being on stage, like just doing like recitals, that
Yeah.
like clicked with me. So eventually I had to decide like, okay, if I wanted to go dance or soccer, because it was just like too hard to do both. And then I just like decided to stick with dance, and here I am.
Here you are.
10 years later, I think.
Wow.
So, yeah.
How old? Like, when did you stop soccer? How old were you?
I was honestly like 9 or 10. Like I
That's
did
actually
competitive.
late.
Yeah, I did competitive soccer.
No
like I
way.
was into it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it was definitely hard, and like I don't know, they're totally
So
different.
you have good stamina from like running.
Oh my god, I wish that all went away. I don't know where it went. But.
Okay, what were some like initial challenges? I guess you like kind of covered
Yeah.
it, but like initial challenges like from the transition from soccer to dance.
Yeah, I mean, I just think like I said, they're both very different,
Right.
and like the dance world, especially at such a young age, you're like, what is going on? Like
Yeah.
the competitions, you know, I didn't do conventions at my local like rec studio. We just did like car and
Yeah,
like
show
I remember like I
stoppers.
won freaking like what's it called?
Crown?
Rainbow. Yes,
You got
I
a
got
crown?
Dance of the Year, and I was like, what does this mean? And I was like, oh my gosh, I got a trophy that's the same size as me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And you don't really understand it
Yeah.
until you're like at the age. Like, I think once I moved to Danceology, that's when I really like realized like this is something
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
But like when I was young, like the challenges that I faced was like finding an actual love and like passion
Yeah.
for it, or just like what am I doing? You know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
that was definitely
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now moving on to the competition life.
Oh yeah.
When did you like really get into competing?
Yeah. Okay, so once I moved to Danceology, like I'd never done a convention before, but you're kind of just thrown into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Thrown into Break the Floor, like since I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I've been doing Break the Floor. I remember my first 24/7 I did a solo by Kayla Cabo Flesh.
Really?
She was my OG.
She was your first solo?
like my first, okay, well I had like jazz solos with like at my rec studio, but yeah, like my
Wow,
first
that's like a good, like,
no,
first
I know, and
choreographer.
we like had a bond. Like she did
That's
like
so cute.
I think like 8 of my solos in total.
I don't even think I've ever had 8 solos.
No, yeah, like when I was young, like she
Wow.
was like the girl that like kind of
That's
like
so
watched
cool.
me grow. I know, it's like really crazy
Yeah.
to think about now. But no, yeah, Break the Floor, like conventions. I remember like my first dance awards. Like again, I didn't really know what was going on. I was just like doing it because I loved it,
yeah.
and I think
That was,
that's
like,
why.
me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you don't really like.
I'm pretty sure my first Break the Floor was with Project.
Yeah.
And then we went to Radix and Dance Awards the same year, like both of them.
No, yeah,
And
and
I was like 2 weeks in Vegas, like,
You're like,
oh
"Whoa!"
my god, like, what
just
is
so
happening?
overstimulated. Like what is going on?
Yeah, like it's like a whole other world.
No, I know. And then like I feel like you don't even know what's going on until one day you do, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I need to win. Like, it just hits you. Like, that first, like, year or two, you're like, oh, this is great, and then all of a sudden it turns into, like...
something way, like...
and it can turn, like, toxic really quickly, you know what I mean? Like,
it's, like, what you make of it, for sure.
100%.
Okay, speaking of nationals, you're obviously, like, literally a top-scoring dancer always. You've been going to the dance awards for a really long time. You're literally always top 10. Do you think it ever gets easier? Like, getting yourself into that situation, being on the stage.
Okay, so interesting enough you say that. Like, I think recently something that's clicked for me is, like, my mindset. Like, doing dance awards since that first year when I was 10, every year, like, always making top 20.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't even... So, from 10 to, like... I think the first year I made top 10 I was 15. So for 5 years I made top 20, never making top 10. And yes, that's still like a huge accomplishment.
Right, but you're like so close.
I used to let it affect me so much to the point where it would like come on, Emma. Like what? Like I would be so upset. And I think it was just because I was so, like you said, I was so close. And then when I finally made top 10, like the COVID year online, I was like, oh my gosh, what is life? And then same thing next year. I was like, wow, so excited. And then like something changed where like, obviously it's still so like I'm so honored, but like for me in doing more concert work and doing more like professional like stuff, I realized like how little it matters, but I don't let my whole worth be determined does that make sense? Like I don't let the results like
affect you that much.
Like I think honestly like why I've been like doing so well the past couple years is because I go into competitions and conventions as like, okay, this is for me,
not
I
like to win.
No, I want to perform my best. I dedicate every performance to something.
Wow,
so
that's good.
Like that like translates for me into having like an overall better outcome, but I don't focus on the results. Like that's just a bonus.
That's like a added value.
Right, exactly. Does that so
that's like Okay, let's talk about the time where you went on stage with your AirPod.
Oh my god.
You did your full solo
no matter
with your
where
AirPod.
I go, everyone brings this up. Like somehow
how
the whole
do you manage
universe
to do that?
Okay, this was the time where people had to wear masks for their solos. So like
you had a mask on?
Yeah, I had like the clear like shields, but I already had things like around my ears, you know what I mean? Because it's I don't know, I just like had it, you know when you have your AirPods in like for you're so practicing long and you like don't even realize they're on? Like, no, I don't even know. Did you have
both in?
Yes, I had both on. And then I like go on stage and I'm like, wait, why does my music sound quiet? Like genuinely I was like, what's going on? And then I did this like arm movement where like my arm goes by my ear and I like saw it fall out.
Were
and
you
I was
just like, oh my god?
No, I was like, there's no way. Like how? And then I got off stage and everyone was like, how are you like that stupid for like going on? And I'm like, okay, but you guys didn't tell me. Like you were fully backstage with me.
Were you like on stage and were you like, wow, like I have my AirPods in?
No, I was like, that is crazy. And then like in the photos you can like fully see.
Did you watch your judges' critiques?
No one said anything.
You're kidding.
No,
like, no one said anything?
No. But they also fell out like towards the beginning of the dance, so.
That's like wild. Did you like go back on stage and get them? Or did like the backstage people?
No, I just like got them like at the end of my solo, like, you know, I was just like.
You're like, thank you.
I'm like, thank you, let me just like collect them.
That is literally amazing. I'm actually dead.
Yeah, no, like, and somehow the whole, like, literally, I was in New York last week and like 5 people brought it up and I'm like,
because it's just like, how do you do that?
I'm just known for being an AirPod girl.
That's like amazing.
Thank you.
In all of your competition days and all of the solos, is that like your most memorable, embarrassing moment?
Yeah. Definitely.
It's not even embarrassing. No, like I feel like it's a good story. Like that's totally something I would do.
Yeah, I would say definitely it's definitely one of them. But I did deal, like, honestly, like, memorable. There was a phase in my competition era where I'd have such bad performance anxiety and, like, to the point where I'd feel like I'd have to throw up, like, on stage. So I'd say in terms of memorable, like, that was definitely, like, something I'll never forget. But, like, embarrassing moments definitely is the AirPods.
Okay, school, because...
Oh, yeah.
People forget that dancers also go to school.
That is very true.
Do you do online school or do you go to in-person school?
Oh, no. I go to an in-person private high school.
So it's tough.
Very tough. Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Okay, so give us like a school day in the life.
Okay, so wake up around like 6:30, or it depends. If it's a test day, I always wake up at like 5:30 and study.
Actually?
Yeah.
You actually wake up and study?
Like in every free time I have, I'm studying. It's like crazy.
Are you kidding?
Like my friends know me, like at dance, like I'm like on the side doing my homework. It's like bad. Like I have to fit in every single second I can.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like I have my license, but I don't drive to dance because I have to be doing my homework. Anyways, but that's a whole different thing. So I wake up and I go to school and I'm there till like we have this thing called office hours, which goes.
Yeah, we have office hours
where you can like meet with your teachers.
Yeah, like go like to classes.
Right. Yeah. So it goes to like 3:30, 3:45, and I'm usually always meeting my teachers. So I'll leave school around like 3:45 and then go home, and then dance is like literally so far away. It's like 45 minutes with traffic.
Really?
So yeah, it's crazy. But no, school's like.
Do you have like AP classes like at your school? Is that how it works?
So basically, Bishops, I go to the Bishop school, and basically we used to have AP classes, but recently they got rid of them, and now we only have honors classes. And I think that's because like
every class is so hard. It's basically
it's the same like rigorous as AP classes, but I'm pretty sure the reason they took it away is because when you have AP classes, people are so focused on the AP tests at the end of the year that they like teach exactly to the test, and then it ends up like taking away from like learning the material because all people
I never learned anything like in my AP classes were normal classes last year, so
all people are focused on is like the AP test. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that's
like
the reason why they like pulled away from it. But yeah, I am in a couple honors classes.
So what's your hardest class this year?
I'm taking this honors war on terror class. So it's all about 9/11 and like leading up to 9/11 and after 9/11, like the post what's it called? Foreign policy, and like it's so cool, but it's so hard
to like remember the details,
right? And it's not even about just you would think like just 9/11, like the event itself, but no, you have to learn like all about the Islamic history and like the radicalization of these like crazy individuals.
She's literally saying words I don't even know
that like led them to like lead. So anyways, it's so interesting. But
are you like a math girl or an English girl?
Okay, so the English department at Bishop's I would say is the hardest.
Really?
So I definitely struggle with like meeting those expectations, but like I don't know, I say I could do like a little bit. I can do it all, but
I just like can't do math to save my life. I think I stopped at like 8th grade.
Is like so because math there's only one right answer, so it's either you get it or you don't.
There's no
like history and English there's a little bit more leniency and like
I always think like if your English teachers like you can do better because it's like
if
you
they like
write
your
writing.
The paper,
it's like
they
very
like your writing
bias. But math, it's like you either know it or you don't.
Right.
And typically I don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. You either have the right answer or you don't. Yeah. So it's like there's no...
Yeah. Being a junior and this being the most important year for college, like I know I went through it last year. It was terrible.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you're managing that right now with dance and like everything else going on?
Yeah, I mean, definitely like... I would say I'm a perfectionist, so like I want to do the best that I can be at everything, which is very hard, especially as a dancer, as you know, because often you have to sacrifice something in order to succeed at being the best dancer you can be. And like most people are like they use school to like pull back a little bit, or they're like
to
you
be
know
online
what I mean?
schooled,
online school, homeschooled. But like for me, being at Bishop's, you can't not give it your all. You know what I mean? Like you're with people that are so in it to win it, and they're so highly motivated, which is great, and it pushes you, but at the same time it's super easy to like get in your head. Like if I don't get the grade that I want on a test, even though I was at dance for like 10 the night before, I'm like so on myself, you know what I mean? And like I think time management is something that I've learned because, you know, like we end dance so late and then the commute back and then wanting to just like sit on your bed and like
go on your
TikTok.
phone.
Yes, because we deserve that after such a long day, but like having to like
you have to go to school the next day.
Yeah. And then it's like this endless cycle, but like really like finding the motivation. And I think something for me that's really helped this year and junior year is like finally receiving like the validation, the rewards, like getting the straight A's, like that like fuels me. I
did not get straight A's junior year.
No, like I don't, something just like clicked this year where like and then getting that like makes me want to work harder. You know what I mean? Because you know when you study so much for a test and then you get a bad grade, you're
it's like
I
what's the point?
I give up. Yeah, you know what I mean? But like for some reason just like getting
I have to say like working hard
and then having it pay off is like the best thing.
Like seriously, do work hard this year, because it like when you're inputting your grades for college, like you have to one at a time like plug them in. Like you're like, oh shoot, like did I really need to get a B in that class?
I know,
and you have to put a B because you got a B. So like it's like
I know what you mean. But no, it's definitely hard, especially since I want to be a dancer when I'm older. Sometimes I question like why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through the 5 hours sleep a night? You know what I mean? Like it's super easy to like lose perspective and be like, okay, what is this for? But at the end of the day, I think you're right, like hard work like really pays off. So
my mom always was like, if you guys get a bad grade, you can't go to dance. Like it was always like my school comes first.
No, for sure. And I'm really the only one in my family that like wants to do, how do I say this? Like wants to do, like or something than, like, bigger in college versus just going for like school. My parents, like you said, like are always pushing me to like school first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Ready? Okay. I'm gonna do a little.
Do ASMR.
Okay, wait. Now I need to move the mic because.
So
I will. Thank you,
sound
everyone.
Good?
I have a secret obsession with ASMR. Actually,
do you like watch ASMR?
No.
Okay. This summer, you attended the Juilliard Summer Intensive, and that was 3 weeks, right?
Yes, it was.
How was that experience?
Oh my gosh, it was literally everything I could have imagined. Like, it was insane. Like, I think going into it, like, obviously I applied the year before and I didn't get in, so I was like, well, I like did some things like I just did the application wrong, but like I was so excited to get, like, that's like everyone's dream intensive, I feel like. So I was like so excited once I got in, and like I think like the summers are always so jam-packed with dance, so it's easy to be like, once the time comes, they're like, okay, I'm really gonna be away for 3 weeks. But like literally once I got there and like the training was like, it changed. I would say it changed my perspective on dance. And like before, I mean, Juilliard is so good, like good.
Yeah, there's like no other words.
Yeah, exactly. No, so before I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to just like only do dance in college, like a program like that,
because like Juilliard is not like
you don't have. But then after being there and like seeing the environment and seeing the teachers and like literally their knowledge and like the dance, like everyone's just all there like for jealous. The same reason, you know what I mean? Like when you're surrounded by people like
who like all want to be there,
and like the nice thing about summer intensives is you don't have anything else to worry on. You're just there for dance and training. Like you don't have to worry about school, you don't have to worry about like home life, friends. Like you're literally just there all for dance, and it's so like nice and refreshing to like have one thing to focus on. And like it completely changed my perspective.
Okay, give us like a day in the life. Like,
okay, so we'd wake up,
and you were in dorms, right?
Yeah, I was.
So like, was that like amazing?
Oh, I loved it. And my roommate was Caroline, who's like my best friend. So it was so much fun. And the RAs were so chill because they're like Juilliard students.
The
counselors.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd wake up at like 7, do hair, makeup, and then
like ballet bun.
Oh yeah. Well,
did you have to wear like pink tights every day?
No, they were really chill. But you have to wear like black tights or like a bunch of people wore like cut off tights.
Oh right.
So we'd go down and they have like the best food. The cafeteria.
So you would go to the dining hall?
Yeah, we'd all like go down to the dining hall at like 8, I think. I don't even really remember it. And then class would start at 9. So
I feel like the Juilliard dining hall would not be good.
No, it's so good.
Like good eggs like that?
Okay, well, yeah, they have like everything. They have like acai bowls, pancakes. Well, most people would just grab like to go like oats, or they have like a bacon egg section because we didn't have that much time. But like on the weekends.
What was your favorite thing?
Oh, out of the whole time I was there.
Yeah, your favorite food from the dining hall.
They made these like hibachi rice bowls. It was so good. Like it's literally Benihana, like it was so good. And they also had these egg breakfast burritos. Like literally the weekends we would all like fiend for them. They were so good. I know. And the hash browns are so good too. Like I could go on and on. The food was just insane.
Okay, so you left the dining hall.
Sorry, back on track. Now I'm hungry. But we'd leave. Yeah, we'd go to class like 30 minutes early to warm up. Like everyone had their like warm up routine, and I'm usually the type of girl to like not warm up before class.
Neither do I.
Yeah, so it was actually nice to like have the 30 minutes before to like really prepare your body.
Yeah.
And then we'd either have a ballet or point class for an hour and a half. And then I know the point was rough the first couple times, but we got into
I'd break my ankle.
No, it was, but anyways, And then we'd have like usually a 10-minute break in between class, and then we'd have like a modern class every day.
Like a different technique, like Portland.
For the first 2 weeks, I think we did Limon, and the last week we did Portland.
Is my favorite.
Yeah, it's so good. And then we also had Graham too. And then so we needed to have that before after lunch. So we'd have 2 classes before lunch, then lunch, and then
we'd go back to the dining hall.
Yeah, and get more food. And then come back, and then we'd have usually like either 1 or 2 more classes, like a contemporary or floor work class, or like a partnering class. And then we'd have rehearsal for like 3 hours, or like, yeah.
So like what time did you end?
I think we were done by like 7 every night. So it honestly wasn't that bad.
And you I saw like photos from the show. You guys like did like a dance, right?
Yeah, they broke us up into 3 groups, and we worked with like one choreographer. Like there was like 10 or 15 of us in each dance.
Wow.
It was really cool. It was like I have no words.
Did the time go by fast?
So fast.
Did you have to dance on the weekends?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. I think this is so bad. I don't remember. I think we had Sundays off maybe, but I think
because you guys also seemed like you were living it up in New York.
No, yeah, we did get a lot of time to like explore, and they planned activities for us, which was so nice. Yeah, it was awesome.
It sounds like an amazing experience.
And the people there, like it was everyone we know, like in the dance world. Like it's crazy how like worlds collide.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it was
like that makes me think for college. I'm like, no, it's the literally same. Who am I going to go to college with? Like people I've grown up with in convention.
Yeah, and even
like,
at the USC
weird.
open house, like it's every single people in the conventions that we grew up dancing with. Like it's so crazy to think about that. Like for the rest of our dance careers, we're all gonna just like be together.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
So everyone can tell just by looking at Emma that she's literally a model.
No.
So
stop.
What is that life like, and how do you also balance that on top of everything else?
Yeah. Well, I would say that's definitely something more in the background right now.
You could like just like go be a model. Stop. Like if you wanted to, like that.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You don't have to like train for that.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, so
or do you have to train to be a model?
I mean, definitely
like learn how to walk the runway.
I think if you want to do runway, you have to like learn how to do that.
Do you want to do runway?
I don't know if I'm tall enough. Like I know now that like adjusting the requirements, I'm like 5'8", and usually the runway models are more like 5'10". So we'll see. Like I've always wanted to like do that.
You totally could be a runway model.
You know what I mean? Like that would be so fun. But as of right now, like I started off doing dancewear, like remember like second skin costumes, like that was great. Just working with like
chill,
Eva Nyes, like all these different photographers, and they're like, wow, you really like are natural in front of the camera. Like I kept having people tell me that, and then like I don't know, I'd get like those people that like at the mall, they'd give you your card. So they're like, and then like just working with like different dance photo shoots and headshots, eventually that like led into like more work, and then I had some brands reach out to me, and then doing some more print stuff. So it's just kind of been
literally what is print?
It's like
like in a magazine.
Runway, yes, and then there's like print where it's magazine or like on websites. So that's like different from.
So
runway.
Do you feel like you just like do it when you can, like do a photo shoot when you can?
I've had so much fun. Like I love. For some reason, it feels like so natural to me. I love being in front of the camera, and it's definitely more on the side. I've had an agency like try and sign me for like 5 years, but the thing is when you're so young you don't really know what you're getting into, and also I was like 13. I feel like the times are way different, and it's super easy to like fall into like body image, you know what I mean? So my family just wanted to make sure that I was in like the right headspace when I like before signing, and so I think I'm gonna wait till I'm like 18 to sign with anyone, but I know I've had some contracts come up, and so it's definitely like still in the back of my mind. Like I want to eventually, hopefully if I go to college in New York, fingers crossed, then I can like pursue it a little bit. Yeah,
while you're like in college.
And it's also nice, like it's an easy way to like make money. You know what I mean? Just on the side.
For sure.
But yeah.
Okay, speaking of New York and your future.
Yeah.
So you're a junior.
Yeah, I'm a junior.
But like, and then you still have another year.
Yeah.
And then you have college application season. Yes. Don't forget, it's really fun.
I can't wait. Next fall is going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's really fun. What do you like see in your future?
It's so
hard.
It's
you
so
literally
hard.
like, I'm a senior and I can't even tell you.
No, yeah.
Because like I just like don't know.
I mean, I think as of right now, like it's so for dancers, it's so easy to like jump 20 years ahead and be like, okay, where am I gonna be? Like, how am I gonna
like
survive,
company, like,
make money? You know what I mean? But thinking like now, like what are my goals now? How do I use my training and my academics over the past like 10 years to like make a decision that's only like short term, because I think when you think long, like so far in advance and like only make decisions of like whether or not you're going to be successful, like it's a little bit unfair to yourself.
Right.
So I definitely want to dance. Like obviously that's like my goals, that's my dreams, my passion, but I'm trying to find a program that weighs in academics as well, considering I've worked so hard in school,
like to just like not use
like
it
to like give that up, or like I don't know. I've also never only done dance. Like I've never danced 8 hours a day and not done anything else. So like going to a conservatory program, it sounds great right now, but who knows once I get there if I'll actually like it, because I've never done that. So I'm just trying to keep all my options open and apply it everywhere. And I'm also going to apply to some only academic schools too, and kind of just like let where I get in tell
Harvard.
me.
Watch Emma be at Harvard.
Oh my gosh, my best friend's going there actually.
Really?
People are like, my friends are just like the most inspiring people ever. It's crazy. But so I'm keeping all my options open and kind of letting where I get in.
Is like New York, you're like, is it New York like where you want to live? Like in
I love it so much.
Like not like 20 years you want to be in New York.
Okay, well I don't know if I want to like raise a family in New York, but I think like you know what I mean? Just because it's like
that's not really like home base,
right?
Like,
and I grew up in such like a beach town, like chill, like very different than that.
Yeah.
But in my 20s and like late teens, you know what I mean? Like New York's the place to be.
Me too. Okay, just like reflecting on like everything you've done so far, dance not. What do you feel like are some like key lessons you've learned?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I would say don't get caught up in the competition world. And as much as like the competitions are important, and that's like really like how you determine, I don't know, like it's so interwoven
like,
into
people use it to determine their worth.
Yeah.
But like I'm telling you, like I applied for college and there was no like care. There was no like care. Did you ever get first overall? There's no like place to even put it.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Even if like and I think it's so hard to realize that until you realize it, because like it's so like, you know what I mean, like competition studios put so much on that, and like and I think that's just the nature of it. Like nothing is ever going to change that, and it's completely fine. It's taught me so much. Like competitions have literally made me who I am today, but like knowing that there's so much more than that, and like
and like how just like little they matter in the big scheme of life. Like it's gonna save, like if people can realize it, it would save them so much like
like tears and like questioning self, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I just think like it's super important to do things for yourself and do it because you actually love it, and then you'll see like you will start getting better results once you make that shift. I think something that's also been so important and valuable for me is like having this world outside of dance, having friends that like don't know anything about dance, you know what I mean? Because then when you go to the studio, you're so much more focused, and like I'm so much more excited and motivated to be there because I've spent the past 6 hours not thinking about it. You know what I mean? Versus if I woke up and dance, you know what I mean? It's easy to like get into this never-ending cycle and like burn out. But like because I have this outlet at school and because I'm involved in like different groups there, it's like great. I do this thing called, I'm in part of this new program called like peer counseling. So basically they like, you had to apply and they like selected, I think there's like 10 of us in the group, but it's an extension of the counselors on campus. So we actually meet with students like one-on-one and give them like we have training on how to give counseling and like be there for this. It's really cool. So it's nice to be involved and like give back to the community in that way.
For sure. That makes so much sense, because I feel like sometimes students have an easier time talking to students rather than telling like whole point teachers of it. Things.
Yeah, and like the thing that the therapists tell us is like when you're in a therapy meeting, the teachers can't, or the therapist can't like relate to their own life experience and be like, oh, that happened to me. But like since it's students, we can like give them advice from our own experience, and like I've worked with a couple dancers that, you know, like I can share like the balance between school. It's really nice to like give back, and like it's also such a good skill to like learn how to think on your feet, like not knowing what they're gonna say, you know what I mean?
You can't be like, oh god,
no, or you can't.
Sucks.
No, exactly. Like it's nice, and we're getting like training from professionals, so it's, I could also see
like another skill.
I could see myself having like a future in like helping dancers.
I like have thought about being a therapist. But also like, who knows, like I feel like I also could say like really out of pocket things, like
you never know, and like what's the right thing to say,
say, like when oh god,
it's hard. Another outlet that I have is like community service. So at Bishop's, we're required to have at least 20 hours of community service a year. Yeah. But honestly, it's so nice because they don't have specific requirements of like how you have to achieve that 20 hours. So like I volunteered and performed at like different galas to like raise money. So I've used my dance to like give back to the community. And I think that's like really, like I said, like giving back. I think that's like really special and like it's nice when you have everything, but like what do you do with that? Like giving back and like performing and using that love.
It's like using what you have. Using what you have.
Yeah.
In like a way that is like gonna make a difference.
No, for sure.
Not just like using what you have to go win.
And like we spend so much time in training and whatever. Like might as well show it off and like you perform in different ways versus like at a competition or like, you know what I mean? Like it's nice to like that we have an outlet to like do things like that too.
Okay, now these are like questions from the fans. It's like rapid fire.
Wow, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, you can like elaborate if you want. Who is a choreographer that you haven't worked with that you would want to work with? Like dream.
Okay, Ohad Naharan from Batsheva because I've actually done a lot of his work and like I've learned his rep from his staging managers, but I've never actually worked with him, and that's literally a dream.
You know, like everyone is like Tate McRae, and then you say some like
we're Tate McRae.
No, stop. That was like so sophisticated.
Yeah, no.
Okay, who's like your dream duet partner?
Oh, that's hard.
Like it doesn't have to be like our age, like dancer now.
So I was just in New York and I worked with Shahar Binyamini. He choreographed Bolero. He's literally like literally watching him. He's like a snake. He's so good, and I dream.
Okay, if you did a duet with him, who would choreograph it? The Ohad?
He would choreograph it.
He would choreograph a duet he's in himself?
Yeah. It would be one of a kind masterpiece.
Okay. What is your favorite song right now? We'll start easier. Who's your favorite artist right now?
Okay, I would say, easy. Lana Del Rey, Video Games.
Yep.
That's
Lana.
like, video game, like, that song.
What's your favorite style of dance right now?
Oh, gosh. Honestly, ballet. Like, after Juilliard, like, I love it. I don't know. I love, like, the...
Do you do ballet every single day?
Yeah, usually. I try to. Like, that's the one class I won't let myself skip.
Okay, I kind of don't know what I'm talking about, but I've like seen on your Instagram and everything, like ballet and youth Grand Prix international contemporary ensemble.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been doing YGP since I was, I think like the same year that I moved to dance. Yeah,
you do YGP?
I was like a full prima kid. Like I went to like Pacific Northwest Ballet and
I literally don't know what that is.
So I've been doing YGP since I was like 10, and then like
variations.
Yeah.
And contemporary solos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, so I haven't done the variation part in a while, but so I got this like email from my ballet coach, and she sent it to me. It was like this new international contemporary ensemble. I didn't really know what it was, but like the choreographers were like Sharoniel, Ohad Naharan, and Imbal Pinto, which are like crazy concert. Yeah, so I was like, obviously I have to go, but it was literally in Israel, and I was like, the flight's 20 hours, like what am I doing? I didn't know anyone else that was doing it. So I kind of just like went blindsided.
Was it like a competition?
No, it was like you go and like learn rep. So we learned rep in Israel by like the rehearsal directors, and then we actually performed it at Lincoln Center and in Tampa.
New York?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then there was like a show in Nervi, Italy too, but I didn't go. But it's like this insane experience. Like you get to work with like literally the best of the best contemporary choreographers and like the rehearsal directors, and like you're learning this like rep that you can't even imagine. Like it's insane. Like I can't even describe what it's like.
How long was that in Israel?
It was a week, and then we had like Zoom lessons to like go over the choreography. It was this whole process, and then we like worked the whole week before the show. It was insane. And then this year they did it again, and it was in New York, and it was so fun because so many people like that we know like did it. Yeah, so it was because last year I only knew like a few people, and
it's like more people are doing it now.
Like from different countries, so it was like so everyone spoke a different language.
That's
it was the most
cool.
like
what language did they teach in?
English, but there's like translators in the room and stuff.
Oh my god,
like, it's so cool. Yeah. But this year was in New York, so it was like more American. So it was like such a fun, like everyone's just, I mean, it's through YGP, so most of the kids have like primarily ballet training, but which is very humbling to be in class with. But no, yeah, it was so fun. And we actually, this year, like, I'm in the Bolero piece, so we got to actually work with Shahar, who's like the choreographer of it, and it was like the most like insane experience.
Have you performed that?
No. So we do like these informal performances in front of the parents, but the actual show's not until April.
So you're gonna do like the Zoom lessons to keep up, and then you're gonna go
like
in
a
April
week before to like rehearse.
Where is it in April?
It's in Lincoln Center. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd come, but I'm not going to New York to watch.
It would be so.
Maybe my Juilliard callback will be then, so I'll go.
That's so fun. But yeah, it's like a new thing that I'm like so grateful to be a part of. And like,
that sounds really cool.
I think I'm like one of the. There's only like a few people that returned from last year, just because it's like they're from all different countries,
right.
So it's cool to see how last year is different than this year, and like yeah. But
so like. Doing YGP? I've literally never done YGP.
Yeah.
How is that different from competition?
I would say it's honestly pretty similar, except for the fact that there's like obviously a huge ballet portion. Like you still do your variation and your contemporary, and you have like classes, but it's also like low key. I wouldn't say it's like 8 hours of convention classes.
It's like a class?
Yeah, it's like a ballet class, a contemporary class.
And then there's open stage, right?
Yeah, so the open stage thing's nice. I wish Freak the Floor did that. No, can you imagine we're all just like doing our like... I know. We're like running. I think it's mainly for the variation portion, because they test out the floor. Yeah, and like get a feel for the stage, because variations are very set. Like you go like this way and then that way. So
you don't like.
Yeah, you know, like it's not.
I literally don't know. Maybe I'll do a variation this year at the Dance Awards.
You should. I think I'm doing that actually.
For my best dancer solo.
Yeah, me too. I already have it signed up and ready.
So like stay tuned for that.
But yeah.
I think Molly would be like, no. Okay, you also were a ballroom kid, and you did ballroom competitions.
Yeah.
I like kind of know a little bit because the twins did that for a little. Yeah. But how is that different from competition?
No, it's a completely different world, and I'm still actually competing this year. Actually,
really?
Yeah, I haven't. I need to get to that, but basically, it's so different because you know how like dance competitions are like, okay, you do your solo. It's like one team at a time. Yeah. Ballroom competitions, there's like 10 different couples on the floor at once, so it's so chaotic.
Yeah.
And like they're trying to find like where's heat now. Like it's just crazy, but it's so fun. I love it. Like
the hair gets like
the hair and makeup. It's like this whole process.
That's when you should do ASMR.
No,
taking out your hair.
Watch me. I'm going to make a TikTok. No, I'll post it, girl.
Fine.
But it's this whole process. I just do it for fun. Like, yeah, it's so fun.
I feel like you kind of already answered this, but young dancers who are just starting, they're in the mini division. What is like the thing you would say to them right now?
You have time. Don't push yourself too hard in the beginning, and find your love for dance.
Like your real love for dance, not your real love for winning.
Right. And do it on your own. Don't let outside influences change your opinion about dance. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, do you have anything exciting that you want to share, or anything exciting that's coming up?
Yeah. Well, I actually recently just found out that I got selected as a Young Arts Finalist winner for Modern Contemporary. So
that's so cool.
I'm going to Miami for a weekend.
Oh my god, I forgot they do that.
Yeah.
You like go and do something for
so
it.
So it's like, since you're like a finalist, you still like go to the week in Miami and like dance in front of the panel, and then
so this whole thing pick someone else.
Well, I think no. It's like you're still a winner, but you have a chance to win like scholarship money there.
Oh, like so you go to Miami and dance more?
Yeah, and then you do like a whole performance. It's like this huge thing. I need to like actually find out more information, but
I need to actually know what I'm about to do.
But yeah,
that's exciting.
Thank you. I'm really honored.
Oh wait, okay, now it's merch time.
Merch. Oh my gosh. What?
Sitting here? See it sitting here?
No.
Okay, what color?
Do I get merch?
Yeah. What? Why would I just be showing you this?
I don't know. Oh my gosh.
So we have green.
Okay.
And white.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
We have blue.
Okay.
This one's a hoodie. That one's a crew neck. And then this one's gray and green.
I don't. How can I choose? Oh my gosh. Which one's your favorite?
Like,
okay, let me look.
Feel the inside.
I love this sweat set. Okay. Green. I think I'm deciding between the gray and the...
I have this in a crew neck if you want it in a crew neck instead of a hoodie. I just would have to go get it.
Oh. How do I decide?
so weird.
Low-key, I feel like the green, I don't have any, like, green sweatshirts.
Yeah, everyone always has so many,
God, thank you.
So many gray.
I didn't know this was, wow, I feel so honored.
And you have to sign the board, but we'll do that after.
Of course, I'll sign the board.
I'm truly so honored that you came.
Thank you so much for having me.
This
That
was
was so
probably
fun.
my new favorite episode.
This is like therapeutic, guys. Like just talking about dance and life and
We'll do like an update in 2 years.
You like the Billie Eilish like interview like Vanity Fair. You know what I'm talking about?
Like no,
girl, she's redone it for like 7 years. It's like
we'll
every
do
year
an
it's
update.
the same time.
We'll do an update when I'm 1 year into college, and then you'll just be deciding where you go to college.
Yeah, that's
and then
so
we'll
crazy.
update on life. So
maybe
stay
we'll
tuned.
end up at the same place in college, and we can do like combined.
Oh yeah,
fingers crossed. You never know.
For sure. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Emma, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
See you guys next Friday with a brand new episode. Bye.
Bye.